Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show where we bring the latest stories that are close to home in West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, Orchard Lake Village, and Sylvan Lake to your TV screens and your radio across our local community. We thank you for joining us as you do each and every day on Comcast Channel 15 and on AT&T Channel 99. You can also join us on the web, CivicCenterTV.com in high definition, live and on demand each and every day, plus a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week program schedule so that you can learn more about when your other favorite programs will be airing on our TV channel. In addition, you can find us on Facebook at Civic Center TV 15, as well as on YouTube at Civic Center TV, both live and on demand all throughout the week. In addition, take us with you on the radio as you commute to and from work, dropping off and picking up your kids from school, everywhere else in the community on 89.3 Lakes FM and on lakesfm.com with our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week live simulcast of Civic Center TV programming. In your weather report on this Wednesday in the Greater West Bloomfield area, going to be the warmest day of the week today, and tomorrow also going to be the warmest days of the week. 38 your high today, 34 is the low. Going to be cloudy and a little bit rainy, a 30% chance of rain by about 10 o'clock on this Thursday. That jumps up to 65% by 1 o'clock and 55% by 4 o'clock and a 35% chance by 7, with the rain clearing out for a cloudy night right around 10 o'clock p.m. Now, given the higher temperatures expected over the next 3 days in our community, not entirely likely that that rain will transition into ice, although the ground will still be relatively cool from the past few days. So roadways will still be slick. It'll be a little bit tougher for the ice that is there to clear out over those next few days with the winds that will be in place. But just be careful today on the roads as the ice is still a factor in our community. Thursday, a lot of the same. 38 is the high. 35 is the low. Going to be cloudy all throughout the day, but no precipitation is expected in our community on Thursday. Friday, high of 37, low of 33. Light rain in the early morning, and I mean early, beginning right around 4 o'clock a.m. and a 25% chance. That dips down to about a 10% chance of rain on Friday morning by 7 o'clock and clears out shortly after that for your commute. Then it's going to be cloudy most of the day, going to look really ugly outside. Cloudy, rainy, wet environment, not a lot of sunshine as we cap off this week as we approach the end of January. Plenty of stuff happening all throughout the community this week and beyond. You can join in on City Cleanup in Keego in just a few months from now as the sun comes back in and the winter weather goes out. We'll tell you about how you can join in with the Keego-Cass Women's Club on their efforts to keep the heart of the lakes nice and clean in the warmer months of the year. Really fun night just down the road from where they're at in this picture on CivicCenterTV.com at Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant for a euchre tournament in support of the Optimist Club of Keego Harbor. We'll give you a little bit of a review of that euchre tournament, and we'll tell you about who it went to support and how the Optimist Club supports kids in the city of Keego Harbor. We are in the middle of winter and therefore in the middle of storm season. The West Bloomfield Fire Department providing a helpful infographic from FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, on how to help yourself prepare for winter storms and keep yourself safe in the event that storms do come through our local area. That also impacts our roads. How do our roads get cleared when storms do come through? What is the priority for that? And how does the Road Commission for Oakland County manage keeping our roads clear and safe over the course of the winter? Craig Bryson will join us in just a short while to talk about that from the Road Commission for Oakland County. The West Bloomfield High School girls varsity basketball team not only is undefeated and ranked amongst the best in the state of Michigan, they're now ranked among the best high school girls basketball teams in the entire country. We'll tell you where they're ranked in the top 50, and some of their highly accomplished players also ranked in the top 100 players in the state. Then we got a little bit of a history lesson for you about a special home on the corner of Long Lake Road and Middle Belt that has a special connection to education in our local community. Plus, we'll tell you more about other opportunities in the near future to learn about our local history with the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society as they celebrate their 50 years of service service to our community. Tonight is the big night in the West Bloomfield School District Kindergarten Roundup at West Bloomfield Middle School. We'll give you the details on that event tonight, what you can learn about the West Bloomfield School District as your kids get ready to join Team WB and Laker Nation in the fall. It is also your last chance this week to join the first LEGO League robotics team at the elementary school level in the West Bloomfield School District. We'll tell you how you can sign up, when that deadline is very quickly approaching, and how that can help your kids and their education outside of the classroom. Plus, if you know volunteers in our community that are making a big impact, you have a chance to thank them in maybe a way that they're not looking to be thanked, but definitely deserve to be thanked through the Michigan Week Community Awards nominations. They are open. We'll tell you how to nominate people and what they're looking for in a little bit. Plus, conflict resolution out in nature with the Bloomfield Hills School District at the E.L. Johnson Nature Center happening this week. We'll tell you about that event, plus more events and opportunities all across our 4 communities and around Oakland County coming up. Stay with us. The Splash Live. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Bringing you stories and memories from Orchard Lake, Civic Center TV, and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a break and tune in to The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft as he goes through headlines and events, updating you on the day-to-day happenings in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, keeping your local news close to home in the greater West Bloomfield area all throughout your work week. I'm Tyler Kieft, and thank you for joining us not only on Civic Center TV, but also on 89.3 Lakes FM, a live radio simulcast each and every day all throughout our 4 communities. A chance to clean up the city of Keego Harbor is just a few months away as we slowly but surely move toward the spring season, and eventually the winter weather, the snow, the ice will be away from our roadways, off our sidewalks and our streets, and that means we're going to need to do some cleaning up to make a beautiful summer season ahead after that. And leading the charge in cleaning the city of Keego Harbor is the Keego-Cass Women's Club, who's not only adopted a 1.5 long stretch of Cass Lake Road, but often will be seen in other areas of the community as well, clearing trash from the side of the road, maybe even helping with the Keego Harbor Parks and Rec in beautifying their garden areas and their signage around the community. And they do so much, these group of volunteers, to help keep our community in Keego Harbor beautiful all throughout the warm months of the year when the city is at its absolute best. A post yesterday on Facebook by the Jacket Club of Keego Harbor is promoting the Keego-Cass Women's Club's efforts coming up in April. They will start their efforts for the spring and summer season once again, and you can join them in this effort. For more information on joining in this group, you can find info on getting in contact with the Keego-Cass Women's Club, keegoharbor.org, or as you saw just a moment ago, Facebook at Jacket Club of Keego Harbor, as they will put forth their cleanup efforts in just a few months away. Look, we're already almost a month through 2024, so it's not too far away, that April season, to start getting ready to clean up the city of Keego Harbor, plus plenty of more other volunteer opportunities. So Jacket Club of Keego Harbor, a great follow if you're looking to make a big impact in the city of Keego Harbor all throughout the year. A really big impact was made last night by some volunteers who came out for some fun and donated some money to participate in a charity euchre tournament at Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant on Cass Lake Road, just down the street from that previous picture in the city of Keego Harbor. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks on this program, and many people showed up to play a classic Michigan card game at Gino's in Keego Harbor, all in support of the Optimist Club of Keego Harbor, which is a volunteer-ran organization that supports children's programs in the city, including supporting sports teams, supporting other efforts and projects and initiatives that benefit the children in the heart of the lakes. If you're looking to join in on the Optimist Club of Keego Harbor and sponsor some events, help with some special projects, get to know the families of the community. The guy on your screen on the right there in the blue shirt is Bill Bertakis. He's Mr. Optimist over in the city of Keego Harbor. If you want to get in contact with him to learn more about the Optimist Club of Keego, or even the Optimist Club of West Bloomfield, which he also participates in, really, you can just go to any of our community events. He's often out there with his camera and Intel Bill photography, taking pictures and commemorating those events, always with that signature smile on his face. A great person to talk to about getting involved in the community, whether it's in Keego Harbor or all throughout the greater West Bloomfield area. Congratulations on the successful event last night at Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, and all in support of the kids in the city of Keego Harbor. We've said it a lot already on this program. The winter season is in full swing in the greater West Bloomfield area, with plenty of storm activity over the last couple of weeks, and now ice affecting our roads in the greater West Bloomfield community. The number one thing you can do to get out ahead of all the different ways that the winter weather affects our community is to be prepared in advance, and that's why the West Bloomfield Fire Department recently posting some helpful information on preparing for winter storms from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, on their Facebook page, Facebook at WB Fire Department. This shows a number of different steps that you can take to prevent damage from winter storms, whether inside your home, outside your home, and of course for your body and your health, including staying off the roads. If during a winter storm or right after a winter storm, you don't have to go out on the roads to go to work, go to the grocery store, go to the hospital if you have an emergency. You should stay off of the road. Stay indoors and dress warmly. It's always easier to be dressed too warmly and take off a layer than to be too cold and have to put layers on and not have them available. Checking in on your neighbors is always helpful. Using generators outside only if you lose power, so as to not of course, bring carbon monoxide into your home. And of course, keep in mind, the colder weather means the longer you're outside, the greater risk you're at for either hypothermia or other possible health effects of winter weather. And all this good advice and more safety tips for both in your home, outside your home, and throughout the community, courtesy of the West Bloomfield Fire Department, is on their Facebook page, facebook.com at WB Fire Department. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, talking about winter weather, how that affects our roads, and what the Road Commission for Oakland County is doing to keep our roadways safe, whether the weather is frightful outside or calm this winter season. Craig Bryson joins us next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
A fresh start lets you refocus, helping you live in the moment, where you can take the lead or take a bow, basking in the glitz and the glow of winter. Because when the snow begins to fall, you feel the excitement rise. Set your sights on a winter wonderland as Fresh finds new ways forward in pure Michigan.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Follow us on Twitter at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
We thank you for joining us for the latest news and information throughout the greater West Bloomfield communities 5 days a week right here on The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm your host, Tyler Kieft. We're in the middle of the winter season, and with the winter weather comes winter roads as well. A lot to manage for the Road Commission for Oakland County as they keep our roads safe and clear all throughout the winter season, whether it is a torrential downpour of snow or clear outside like it is today with some ice on the roads and snow all throughout our community. Joining us to talk about how the Road Commission for Oakland County manages our roads all throughout the winter season is Craig Bryson, their Senior Communications Manager with the Road Commission for Oakland County. Craig, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Tyler. Great to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you on because this is the time of the year where we all understand that the Road Commission for Oakland County, they're hard at work, so are our cities and our villages to keep the roads clear, keep the roads safe during what's often a harsh winter season. But everyone always seems to have that question come around this time of the year too of, how does that happen? Why is this road versus that road clear versus seemingly unclear? So let's start from the start. When winter weather activity, when storm activity is expected, how does the Road Commission for Oakland County take action to get out ahead of these situations?
Well, our crews are ready to go 24/7. That's part of their job. They know the weather is coming. The mechanics work long hours to try to get the trucks ready and prevent breakdowns ahead of time. But probably the most critical thing is we have a management person whose job on a rotating basis is to watch the weather, track the weather, and decide when it's best to call out the trucks. Our goal is to have the trucks hit the roads at the same time the precipitation starts. We don't want to be out early because we put salt down, it's just blown off the road, it's wasted. It costs us about $36,000 an hour to run our crews. If they're not doing anything, that's wasted money. We don't want to be out late because we want to get the salt down as the precipitation's coming. We don't want the roads to ice up. So that person has a very daunting challenge. And as you know, the forecasts are sometimes more art than science. We have our own contracted forecast services. We have our contracted Doppler radar service. We work closely with the National Weather Association, NOAA, the National Weather Organization. We watch media weather reports and listen to those, try to gather as much information as possible and make the best informed decisions that we can. But even with all that, sometimes Mother Nature gets the best of us.
And so you got to prioritize in those scenarios where most of the people are going to be affected by these storms based on the weather forecasts or based on where people tend to frequent in our community. So how does priority play into the factor of during these storms and even just before these storms are really taking their greatest effect in the Road Commission's response to these storms?
Right. So the priority system is safety based. So our top priorities are always the roads that carry the most traffic moving at the highest speeds. So that's the freeways, that's the major surface streets. Orchard Lake Road is certainly one of those. The major mile roads, those are our top priorities. And then we work down from there based on traffic volumes and speeds. Unfortunately, the result of that is that the subdivision streets that carry the least amount of traffic moving at the slowest speeds are going to be our lowest priority. And that's based on safety concerns.
Yeah, and so, if you're driving down Orchard Lake on one day versus another after a snowstorm, that may seem really clear. You may turn down another one of the main roads in the area, like maybe Walnut Lake in certain areas, that is more residential, especially in the weekend, like in these previous storms we've seen, and not seen them as clear. But as time progresses, as you clear those main roads, as you maintain clearing those main roads, how do those other side streets and other main roads that maybe aren't as heavily trafficked, how do those play into that priority system?
Yeah, those are definitely the next tier. The challenge we faced in storms like this is that because there was continual precipitation off and on for 4 days straight, we really couldn't get off the main roads very much. So we were forced to stay on those main roads, continue to plow them, continue to salt them, or in some cases we couldn't even salt because the temperatures were sub-zero, literally sub-zero, when salt does absolutely nothing. We had a couple of days in a row where the high temperatures were, 10, 11 degrees. Salt barely works in those temperatures, so we were doing everything we can just to keep the main roads passable. And unfortunately, that prevented us from getting into the subs for a number of days. As soon as we're able to, as soon as opportunity allows, then we divert trucks into the subdivisions and start cleaning those up. And that operation continues today. We hope to finish all West Bloomfield subs today, but it's been a long and daunting process to get to this point.
Yeah, as we're talking to Craig Bryson on the program at the time that this interview is being conducted live, icy road conditions throughout the greater West Bloomfield area, all throughout Oakland County, as temperatures have varied over time, and that's pretty typical for a winter season to see. We'll have some days that are really close to freezing or close to zero or sub-zero in our local area, some with snow, some without snow or with rain, and so all that variation can also have an impact on ice conditions in our community. So Craig, are there differences in the approach for snowier weather versus icier conditions, and how, maybe if there are those differences, how are those approached from the road commission?
Yeah, frankly, heavy snow is a lot easier than freezing rain and ice and sub-zero temperatures. With heavy snow, we just get every plow out and we just move that snow off the road. When we have things like, this storm started with freezing rain, which caused a layer of slush. Then the temperatures dropped to zero, which caused that slush to turn into hard pack. Then it's a whole different challenge. Trying to break up that hard pack is extremely difficult, especially when the salt doesn't work. Essentially, we were forced to use road graders to try to, which are the great big pieces of equipment that smooth the gravel roads in the summer. They're one of the few pieces of equipment that has enough torque to actually break up that hard pack and get it off the road. But we have 19 road graders countywide, 910 square miles, 3,000 miles of road we maintain, 19 road graders. Obviously, it takes a long time to get all across the county and get that hard pack broken up. We're still battling that hard pack today, including in some areas in West Bloomfield Township, because it's extremely difficult once it forms to get it up. Fortunately, the temperatures today and the last couple of days have been warm enough. The salt is helping, but that hard pack has been just a real challenge.
Craig Bryson is with us on the Splash Live, Senior Communications Manager with the Road Commission for Oakland County. You can stay updated with them on the latest conditions and information on road maintenance in our local community, rcocweb.org, which also includes links to their various social media on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And you've mentioned that the subdivision roads are kind of that last layer of the priority from the most heavily trafficked main roads and those other main roads throughout key areas of Oakland County. And that brings up the topic of the difference between maintenance of roads in townships and versus villages and cities. How does communication between municipalities factor in to your response during winter weather activity during the season?
Well, and you're absolutely right. Just to digress for a second, state law mandates that townships do not have jurisdiction over roads. So we have jurisdiction over roads, all roads in the townships, except the state highways, and we maintain the state highways on behalf of MDOT. So all roads, all public roads in West Bloomfield Township, we maintain. Cities and villages have jurisdiction over the local neighborhood or subdivision streets, and then we split jurisdiction of the main roads depending on what was negotiated when the municipality incorporated. We communicate frequently and closely with all of our partners in the cities and villages. We have great working relationships with them, but we also have sort of our own areas of responsibility. And we were all struggling during this last snowstorm. It was just a doozy of a storm.
Yeah, and it's really a good litmus test for garnering your understanding of how the response to the storm goes, whether it's from your local municipality to more regional government operations like the Road Commission for Oakland County. Lastly, us drivers play a big factor in that. Motorists play a big factor in how successful a response can be, both as the response is being made by the Road Commission for Oakland County or by our local city governments clearing our city streets, but also afterward from a safety standpoint. What are some of the best tips from the Road Commission for Oakland County that drivers can follow, as a storm is ongoing and the response is ongoing, and afterward when conditions may continue to be less than favorable?
Right. So the first thing, I mean, during a major storm like that, if you can stay off the roads, that would be preferred. We understand not everybody can, and we're out there trying to help those who have to be on the road. But if you can stay off during the storm itself, that'll help us get the roads cleared more quickly. Secondly, when you are driving in any inclement weather, please slow down. We see, unfortunately, way too many people driving inappropriately for the conditions. When it is snowing hard, when there is hard pack on the roads, drivers have to slow down for their own safety. We are doing everything we can to resolve those situations, but there will be times during and after major storms when the roads are not in ideal condition, and the best thing you can do is take your time, plan extra time, go slow, and be defensive in your driving, use caution, and certainly when you see the big orange plows, don't crowd the plows. Again, in this event, we had several instances where people ran into our trucks. That's never good. Those are huge steel pieces of equipment. The trucks will typically be okay. Cars will get damaged, and hopefully no injuries will result. But please don't crowd the plow. Don't try to pass a big orange snow plow on the right-hand side. Most of our plows have the wing plows that fold out from the right-hand side now, and sometimes you can't really tell from behind if that plow is out. Every year we have people running into those wing plows and damaging their cars. So, please don't do that. Please use caution.
Yeah, that extra time can really be a big factor in keeping yourself safe, keeping those that are working on our roads safe, and clearing these roads more effectively across our community so that everybody across Oakland County can have safe and clear roads this winter season. Craig, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Appreciate your time as well. rcocweb.org for the latest updates on road conditions in Oakland County, plus their efforts to clear our roads this winter season. You can also follow them on social media, Facebook at Roadcom, ROADCOMM. Find them on Twitter as well at Oakland Roads, and on Instagram, Oakland Roads MI. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. On the other side, we'll get back into the latest news and information making headlines in the greater West Bloomfield community. Stay with us. The Splash Live. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Bringing you stories and memories from Keego Harbor, Civic Center TV, and 89.3 Lakes FM.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Take a break and tune in to The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft as he goes through headlines and events, updating you on the day-to-day happenings in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash, live.
We're keeping your local news close to home in the greater West Bloomfield area 5 days a week right here on the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft, and thank you for joining us also on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15 and on YouTube at Civic Center TV. Like our Facebook page and keep all of our videos and updates in your feed each and every day, and you can subscribe for free to our YouTube page at Civic Center TV and hit the bell icon for always getting your videos from our local community in your feed on YouTube and getting notifications both on the YouTube website, on the YouTube app, and in your email inbox whenever we go live or post new videos, Splash Live, other special programming like United We Walk or the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce Board Installation Breakfast and other programming all throughout the year. Always with you on our YouTube page by subscribing for free at Civic Center TV. We also have a lot of sports coverage on our outlets all throughout the greater West Bloomfield community, and we love following along with the girls basketball team at West Bloomfield High School, who once again this season is among the top in the state of Michigan. Number 1 in the state of Michigan according to ASGR basketball, and top 50 in the country. Ranked number 31 in the nation among girls prep basketball. And they are off to a hot start in 2023-24. 9-0 in their first 9 games and looking to turn that into double digits with an OAA Red Division rivalry game on Friday night at West Bloomfield High School. They'll be taking on Clarkston at 7 o'clock p.m. This is the best basketball team in town, bar none. Boys, girls, professional, all across the board. It's been a rough time for basketball unless you're a West Bloomfield girls basketball fan. 2 consecutive trips to the MHSAA Division I state championship game, 1-1 among those 2 matchups, including a close loss last winter against Rockford in the state title game, looking to make it 3 consecutive years competing for the hardware, and they're off to a great start. In addition, not only are they a great complete team, they got some great individual players as well. Some D1 basketball talent in Summer and India Davis, both having recently committed to the University of Georgia. And Summer Davis on the left side on your screen on Civic Center TV in the red Georgia Bulldogs uniform. She is ranked one of the top 100 players in the nation by ASGR basketball as well, landing at number 88. But her sister India to the right, Kendall Hendricks, Destiny Washington, and so many players having a great season for the West Bloomfield girls basketball team already, and they need your help to keep cheering them on this season as they try for a 3rd consecutive appearance in the MHSAA Division I state title game. And I harp on that because it's a huge accomplishment. It's really tough to compete for a state championship year in and year out, win one, get back there, nearly win a 2nd consecutive one, lose some really talented players who go on themselves to Division I basketball or simply graduating from West Bloomfield High School and still compete at a high level year in and year out. It's a big testament to Darren McAllister, their head coach, and the program that they've built at WB. So I highly encourage you, if you have some time on Friday night and you want to enjoy some good basketball in our community, 7 o'clock p.m. West Bloomfield High School, the Lakers will look to go 10-0 as they take on the Clarkston Wolves. Right across our community at the corner of Middle Belt and Long Lake Road is what looks to be a nice quaint home that maybe is a little bit of an outlier among others in its nearby area, but there's good reason for it. Let's take a look on your screen on civiccentertv.com. It's a picture before that, Calvin. We should be an old, there we go. That's a picture of what used to be Pine Lake School in the West Bloomfield community way back when, and eventually was transitioned into a residential home as it still is today. But right down the road, as you saw previously, was what used to be Pine Lake Elementary School in the Bloomfield Hills School District, serving our community for a number of decades, and then having been closed in the early aughts, rented out for a couple of years for community programs and even to another school district looking for a temporary facility before ultimately being demolished, and the land was left vacant for a number of years, essentially being used as a park by some nearby neighborhoods, including the nearby neighborhood that I grew up in. and now is officially a park. Today, Pine Lake Park, dedicated earlier on this fall in a partnership between Bloomfield Hills Schools and West Bloomfield Parks. They got big plans for that facility for years to come, including revamped athletic facilities, some trailways along the course of the park, and of course some updated playgrounds as well. You can learn more about the full plans that West Bloomfield Parks and Bloomfield Hills Schools has for this partnership at Pine Lake Park by visiting wbparks.org, and you can tune in for the full dedication ceremony that happened way back just a few months ago in the fall by visiting civiccentertv.com. We have that for you on demand as we speak. Really cool little history lesson for you. If you're driving around town, you've seen that small building on the corner of Pine Lake Road, of Walnut, Long Lake Road, one of the lake roads, Long Lake Road and Middle Belt Road. If you've been driving through the community, you see that and you're wondering, what's the story of that building? It is currently a residential home. It used to be a one-room schoolhouse for Pine Lake School, and some big connections to history all throughout the community. Now as Pine Lake Park, dedicated right down the street on Long Lake Road. And you'll have a chance to celebrate our local history even more over the next several months with the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society. We got that picture of the old Pine Lake School from our friends at gwbhs.org. They'll be celebrating their 50th anniversary this Saturday at Orchard Lake School's Dining Hall. Their 50th annual meeting on the Orchard Lake Schools campus. We'll give them updates on what they've done in the past year, their plans for celebrating their 50th anniversary in our local community, and of course some historical discussions and tours on the Orchard Lake Schools campus, including a discussion with the Polish Institute of Culture and Research at 11:15 a.m. The festivities begin with a brunch buffet at 10 o'clock, the welcome and the 50th annual meeting of the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society and its board at 10:15, a recognition program at 10:45, and then some historical lessons afterward. You can learn more about how you can participate in their 50th annual meeting by visiting gwbhs.org, and of course you can follow them on their social media by following along the links on their website. Again, gwbhs.org, and look out for some coverage from us on the Splash Live early on next week of a special event. So many anniversaries in our community over the past several years, including this year, as the West Bloomfield Fire Department recently celebrated 100 years of service to the community back in 2023. Now in 24, 50 years of the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, and congratulations to them. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, getting your kids ready for their K-12 education. It's a big night tonight in the West Bloomfield School District, plus other stories keeping your local news close to home across the Greater West Bloomfield area. Stay with us. The Splash Live will be right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Ronnie started doing prescription pills at the age of 15, and by 19, he died. If your child is struggling with drug use, try not to be too proud to reach out for help. Don't be worried about what the neighbor will think or your family. Just get your child the help they need. Sometimes it's the hard road to take, but the hard road is nothing compared to living with the fact that your child is no longer with you.
There's hope and help at drugfree.org.
Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on civiccentertv.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at civiccentertv.com and click schedule at the top of the screen. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, keeping your local news close to home throughout the greater West Bloomfield community 5 days a week. I'm your host, Tyler Kieft, and encourage you to stay up to date with us. Find us on demand and learn more about special programs across our 4 communities on CivicCenterTV.com. It is a special night and an important night for prospective families entering the West Bloomfield School District very soon. Kindergarten Roundup happening tonight at West Bloomfield Middle School, beginning at 6:30 for some introductions, some sign-in, getting to know some people in the West Bloomfield School District, and then a special presentation at 7 o'clock, all about kindergarten across the West Bloomfield School District. The presentation will be had in the auditoria at West Bloomfield Middle School beginning at 7, but the doors will open about 6:30. It's a great opportunity for parents and students alike to get to know some of the families that they'll be joining on this K-12 journey in West Bloomfield with over the next few years. Learn some information about some changes that are undergoing in the school district, how that might affect the early years of your child's education in WB, and meet with some of the principals and some of the teachers that your kids may call home in the classroom over the next several years. Really important night. It's not required to attend this event in order for your kid to join in on kindergarten. However, Jen Teal, one of the principals of our local elementary schools, who joined us on this program recently to talk about Kindergarten Roundup. You can find that on CivicCenterTV.com on demand. She had said it's not required, but it can be really helpful, can be really important. You can get a lot of questions answered, get to know some of the people that you'll be maybe asking other further questions or getting updates from in the future, and get an understanding too of some of the people you'll be interacting with. Meet some families, and your kids, they may be attending and be in some child care situations while they're there, some child care activity while the parents are in this meeting and getting their questions answered. But it's a great opportunity for them also to socialize and get to know some of the kids they may be in kindergarten with next year, or maybe meeting all throughout their K-12 journey. More information on Kindergarten Roundup can be found on WBSD.org, as well as other kindergarten information and registration information. And of course, you can always stay up to date on their Facebook page with the latest from the West Bloomfield School District on Facebook at West Bloomfield Schools. Time is also running out for those that are already in elementary school in the West Bloomfield School District to sign up for the second semester of the West Bloomfield School District's first LEGO League Robotics Explore teams. This is for grades 1 through 3, with practices occurring after school on Thursdays, right after the final bell that releases kids at the end of the day. The first practice of the second semester is just a little over a week away, February 8th. Hard to believe it's going to be February, just at the end of next week. And at the beginning of the week following that will be the first practice for the first LEGO League Robotics team. Helps to teach them some of those STEAM aspects they're learning in the classroom: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, and also teamwork, goal setting, and so much more. If you want your kid to participate in a first LEGO League Robotics Explore team for another semester, or join in for their first experience, time is running out. You do have to register by January 25th. So you got just a little over one more day to register for this opportunity in the West Bloomfield School District. Here's how you can learn more information. Go to their Facebook page at West Bloomfield Schools. They've made a couple of posts about this very recently that also include links to sign up and register for this group and get your kid involved this semester. It's a great opportunity. They do some really impressive work, and that leads into their first LEGO League Robotics teams at the middle school level, and a really prolific robotics team, the West Bloomfield Atomigators, at the high school level. Again, more information on West Bloomfield Schools on Facebook or on WBSD.org. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, a way that you can recognize the great work of volunteers in our community as we quickly approach Michigan Week Community Awards season. Stay with us. More information on that and other stories across our 4 communities up next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft as he goes through headlines and events, updating you on the day-to-day happenings in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Bringing you stories and memories from Orchard Lake, Civic Center TV, and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, keeping your local news close to home in West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, Orchard Lake Village, and Sylvan Lake 5 days a week. I'm your host, Tyler Kieft, and thank you for also tuning in on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15 and on YouTube at Civic Center TV. It's the time of the year where we start to recognize the great work of volunteers all throughout our 4 communities and beyond with the Michigan Week Community Awards Breakfast. That's coming up in just a few months. That will be on Friday, May 10th at 7 o'clock a.m. at Temple Israel. But nominations for those awards are open right now, and those nominations run through next few weeks. Friday, February 16th at 11:59 p.m. is the last moment you'll be able to nominate someone for a variety of awards and volunteerism across a number of different disciplines. From within our school district, we nominate and we recognize both students, administrators, teachers, volunteers, parents, and more, making an impact on our kids across the 6 school districts serving our 4 communities and the immediate surrounding areas. Environmental stewardship, governmental volunteerism also being recognized, lifetime achievement awards also kind of playing a factor in this as well. There's so many different ways that you can get involved and that you can help nominate someone for a variety of different awards this season. The criteria is all available on MichiganWeek.org. Among what they're looking for, enrollees and nominees have to either live, work, volunteer, or attend school in the greater West Bloomfield community. That's Keego Harbor, Orchard Lake Village, Sylvan Lake, and West Bloomfield Township. They can also be from within nearby school districts that are also connected to our community, like the Bloomfield Hills School District, and so on. All recognition is based on individual or group, non-political, non-partisan voluntary service. So that's, if you're volunteering with the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society or Bloomfield Youth Assistance or the Keego Harbor Optimist Club, that kind of stuff qualifies. But volunteerism for a presidential campaign, a congressional campaign, a local city election campaign, that doesn't necessarily qualify you for these volunteer awards. There's so many other pieces of information you can learn and some frequently asked questions that can be answered, and you can get in contact with people organizing the Michigan Week Awards to learn more about nominations on MichiganWeek.org. You can also find them on Facebook, facebook.com/GWBMW, or the abbreviation for Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week. And again, these nominations are open now through Friday, February 16th at 11:59 p.m. And, of course, stay tuned to us here on the Splash Live and at Civic Center TV for even more updates on Michigan Week in the coming weeks and the coming months. You have an opportunity to learn some conflict resolution with the entire family at the E.L. Johnson Nature Center this week, Friday at 2 o'clock p.m. through the Bloomfield Hills School District in their event, Winter Wellness in the Woods. Per their Facebook post, Bloomfield Youth Assistance, with grant support from the Bloomfield Hills Schools Foundation, or BHS Foundation, is presenting a program for children and their parents or caregivers to learn mindfulness skills and techniques for quote-unquote conflict resolution. It is intended for school-age children in the developmental kindergarten age all the way through 5th grade. So younger kids and their parents to learn, coping mechanisms, ways to find some calm and some centeredness throughout a stressful and busy day, and to resolve conflicts, whether it's in the home, in the classroom, in other activities all throughout life, and learn those skills early on. There is a cost to attend this event. It is $10 to register per family to attend this event. You can get more registration information from the Bloomfield Hills Schools Facebook page at BH Schools as we speak. Still some open times, still some open opportunities to register for this event. But again, time is running out. That is coming up this week, Friday at 2:00 p.m. at the E.L. Johnson Nature Center on Franklin Road, just before Telegraph off of Long Lake in Bloomfield Hills. BH Schools on Facebook for more information, and Bloomfield.org for more information on programs throughout the Bloomfield Hills School District all year long. We'll take a quick break on the Splash Live. On the other side, if you're looking for new work opportunities, there's plenty of work available through the West Bloomfield Police Department, the Fire Department, and other departments right here in West Bloomfield Township. Plus some information on some fun and tasty events coming up in the heart of the lakes over the next week or so right here in the greater West Bloomfield community. Stay with us. The Splash Live will be right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on CivicCenterTV.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at CivicCenterTV.com and click Schedule at the top of the screen.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem. Don't let your gambling cause you financial hardship. If you or someone you love is struggling with gambling, we can help. Get free confidential counseling and win your life back. Learn more at michigan.gov/problemgambling.
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft as he goes through headlines and events, updating you on the day-to-day happenings in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at CivicCenterTV.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Bringing you stories and memories from West Bloomfield. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, keeping your local news close to home throughout the greater West Bloomfield communities all across your work week. I'm your host, Tyler Kieft, and thank you for joining us as well on our website on CivicCenterTV.com. If you're looking for new work opportunities, there are plenty of jobs available through West Bloomfield Township and its various departments as we speak. Last week they had a job fair at the police department headquarters with all these different departments looking to hire, and right now some full-time opportunities and part-time opportunities available with the West Bloomfield Police Department, the Fire Department, and various others. The police department is looking for new officers to join the rank and file of their team, as they've had some shuffling in their leadership of late and are looking to bring new blood into their organization to climb the ranks, learn our community, and become involved in the greater West Bloomfield area. Police officers, as well as police service aides on a part-time basis, they're looking to hire, and dispatchers that not only help with the police department, but also the fire department in the West Bloomfield community, affecting West Bloomfield Township and the Tri-Cities as well, and of course helping out with nearby communities through the Oakway Partnership and more. Great opportunities with the West Bloomfield Police Department that you can find on wbtownship.org/jobs. Last night at the Tri-City Fire Board meeting, during the Chief's report, Chief Greg Flynn of the West Bloomfield and Tri-City Fire Departments talked about opportunities to join the rank and file of the West Bloomfield Fire Department, including some grants and partnerships they've provided to those that are in the Fire Academy at this time and may join the West Bloomfield Fire Department in the coming months or years as they complete their fire and paramedic education. And so there are also opportunities through the fire department at this time as well. Plus, full-time, part-time, and seasonal work opportunities with West Bloomfield Parks, with the library, and even with various departments in West Bloomfield Township. They're all available to look at, to explore, and of course to submit your applications right now. Again, we'll put that on your screen. wbtownship.org/jobs is your one-stop shop for all the information you need to know on jobs available through our local West Bloomfield Township government. Over in the city of Keego Harbor, a very tasty week is ahead, and it all kicks off on Monday, January 29th, and runs through the end of next week and into February across the heart of the lakes. Taste of Keego 2.0 is back for its third year through Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation. It's Restaurant Week in Keego Harbor. If you mention Keego Harbor Parks and a number of participating restaurants across the heart of the lakes, you'll have some special deals, some special meals available, and opportunities to get to know our locally owned and operated restaurants supporting the city of Keego Harbor, its residents, and those nearby. You can find more information on Taste of Keego 2.0, including some upcoming information on participating restaurants, how you can join in on the event, and how things have changed over the years from the previous Taste of Keego, which was a one-off event once a year at Santia Hall, to now this full week of celebrating our restaurants and eateries. Learn more about Keego Harbor Parks and Rec and their events all year long on KeegoHarbor.org, or join them on Facebook at KH Parks for even more information. Again, Taste of Keego 2.0, Monday, January 29th through February 4th, next week, all across the heart of the lakes. In Oakland County, if you are struggling to pay your taxes at this time, there are some assistances available through the Oakland County Treasurer's Department. They're really putting an emphasis on this so that you can avoid your home going into foreclosure. Make sure that if you're behind on your property taxes, you can either get back up to date on those tax payments, or at the very least, set up a plan that helps navigate your current financial situation and get back on track in Oakland County. This is in partnership, of course, between the Oakland County Treasurer's Office and the municipalities that your property tax payments do affect, including West Bloomfield and the Tri-Cities. So there are 30-minute confidential sessions that you can sign up for on oakgov.com or through links provided by the Oakland County government's Facebook page, including if you scan this QR code currently on your screen on civiccentertv.com. That will take you directly to their sign-up calendar, which provides available dates and times that you can sign up for these free sessions to address your delinquent tax-related issues for taxes 2021 and before. You can get ahead of these, you can get back on track and formulate a plan to prevent tax issues later on and going forward right now. Scan that QR code. It's on your screen on civiccentertv.com, as well as our Facebook and YouTube pages. And of course, more information on this program and other programs of assistance if you're in need of them in Oakland County. Facebook.com/OakGov. It's also a good time of the year if you're looking to get rid of your holiday lights. Maybe you don't know where to put them. You don't want to store them again in your garage or in your attic, or you just want to start new in the holiday season in 2024. There is a program available through Oakland County and in partnership with the Detroit Zoo, running now through the end of this month. January 31st is the end of this program. The Oakland County Executive's Office and the Detroit Zoo in partnership. The Detroit Zoo is offering free holiday light recycling during their Wild Lights event. Guests are encouraged to bring their broken holiday lights or used holiday lights to the Detroit Zoological Society for proper recycling. And that will happen at their main gates at the Guest Services Office. It began at the beginning of December and it's going to run all the way through the end of this month. You can find more information on DetroitZoo.org. You can also find a couple of posts about it on the Oakland County Facebook page at OakGov for even more information. A great way to, if you're looking to take down your lights, maybe they've been outside. You meant to take down your lights, but you got stuck in the snowstorm over the past couple of weeks, and they're still outside. They've been frozen over. They've been cracked and damaged by the winter weather, and you don't know what to do with them. How do I safely dispose of them? Instead of sending them off into a landfill where they could potentially be a danger or they could take years to decompose, you can recycle them with the Detroit Zoo now through January 31st and make sure that they are disposed of correctly, or if they're able to be reused, that they can be reused by others in our local area. Plenty more stories from across our local community and throughout the Oakland County area all throughout the week. Stay with us. The Splash Live will continue very soon.